Today is not just another date on the calendar. Today, July 30th, is marked in the spiritual realm as a divine turning point in your life. You are not reading this by coincidence. You have been divinely led here because time is running out, and heaven has declared this moment as an emergency. Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you. Again and again, signs were sent, dreams were stirred, sensations moved through your spirit in waves, but something blocked you from seeing the full picture. Something powerful has been hidden from you for too long. And now, there is a courier, a divine message, making its way to your very door. What you do now determines everything. Whether you unlock what heaven has prepared or delay it once more. Whether you open the truth or remain in darkness. This isn't just urgent. This is final. This is the last knock before the door disappears. For weeks, Archangel Michael has been circling your space. He has stood by your bed at night. He has whispered into your ears while you were asleep. He has fought off invisible forces of confusion, deception, and spiritual delay on your behalf. But even a mighty warrior like Michael cannot force open a door that you refuse to look at. And now, heaven has issued its loudest cry, there is a secret courier on the way. You must prepare to receive it. You must open quickly. The timing is divine. The message is rare. The delivery is sacred. And what's inside will shift your life forever. Not every message is like this. Most spiritual warnings come gently, through nudges and soft signs. But this one is different. Because the enemy has been working overtime to blind you. There are people around you who appear kind, generous, spiritual, and warm, but their hands are tainted with the residue of spiritual manipulation. One of them intercepted a blessing that was meant for you. One of them saw your name glowing in the spirit and tried to rewrite what was written. And while you were distracted, while you were busy blaming yourself, while you were trying to survive one day at a time, something was stolen. Something was rerouted. Something was delayed. But God never forgot. He watched it all. And now He has sent this final message, enough is enough. The blessing must be delivered. The delay must end. And that is why today, July 30th, has been marked in heaven's scrolls as the day of urgent release. There is a spiritual package that has your name on it. It is not made of paper or wrapped in human tape. It is golden. It is glowing. It has passed through angelic hands, protected by fire, shielded from interception. This package contains your next divine step. It contains clarity, healing, answers, and above all, divine reversal. Reversal from the betrayal. Reversal from the sabotage. Reversal from the patterns that kept repeating no matter how much you prayed. God has waited for the moment your soul would be open enough to receive it. And now he's asking, pleading, commanding, open quickly. Because not everyone wants you to receive it. There are forces both seen and unseen that are terrified of what happens when you finally open the message meant for you. That's why you felt so tired lately. That's why strange tensions started rising out of nowhere. That's why people you trusted suddenly grew silent or cold. It's not you. It's the spirit realm shifting because your breakthrough is dangerously close. And when light draws near, the shadows panic. They create distractions, emotional chaos, fear, confusion, all to get you to close your spirit. But God says, not this time. You've come too far. You've cried too long. You've survived too much to miss this now. Archangel Michael is standing watch even now. He's watching over the courier on its journey. He's making sure that no spiritual thief intercepts what's meant for your hands. He's been asking the Father for permission to fight harder. And today, that permission has been granted. On July 30th, a divine order was released. The message must be delivered. The truth must be revealed. The cycle must end. You may not feel ready. But heaven says you are. And this message is proof. There is no more time to delay. There is no more time to wonder. You've been asking for a sign. This is it. Not a small sign. A loud, clear, divine interruption. One that says, open quickly or risk losing what you were born to carry. There are secrets in your bloodline. Secrets no one ever told you. Contracts made in silence. Covenants that you never agreed to. Words spoken about you before you were old enough to defend yourself. And some of those words wrapped around your destiny like invisible chains. They made you question your worth. They made you second-guess every opportunity. But today, that spiritual inheritance is being rewritten. The package being delivered isn't just about what's coming. It's about clearing what was never yours to carry. That's why this message feels so intense. That's why your spirit is trembling even as you read this. Because something ancient is breaking. Something heavy is lifting. And something pure is rising. The people who laughed at your pain won't understand this next season. They mocked you because they thought you were finished. They whispered about you when you walked away. They celebrated when doors closed in your face. But what they didn't know is that you were never being punished. You were being protected. God hid you so you wouldn't be handed counterfeit blessings. He allowed delay so you wouldn't walk into traps. But now, the hiding season is over. The courier is en route. Your name has been spoken in rooms where you weren't present. Your favor has been discussed by angels. And what's coming isn't random, it's restoration. Divine compensation. A holy reversal. The woman who tried to take your position. The friend who disguised their envy. The relative who betrayed you. They all worked overtime to delay this moment. But God was watching. And He is not mocked. What was planted will be harvested. And your harvest is due. Archangel Michael says the spiritual warfare around you has reached its peak. The decision had to be made: either the message is delivered now, or you would remain trapped in a cycle not meant for you. And so the decision was made. The angels were dispatched. The courier was released. And the message arrived at your soul's door. Not your physical door. Your soul's door. And it is screaming, "Open quickly." You might feel chills. You might feel dizzy. You might feel like crying. Don't hold it back. The body responds when the spirit moves. Let it move through you. Let the fire burn. Let the clarity come. This is your confirmation. This is your rescue. This is your moment. You're not reading a story. You're receiving an activation. Something is being triggered in the spirit right now. Gifts you forgot you had. Wisdom you buried. Dreams you gave up on. They are waking up. Because the secret message is not just words. It's a code. A frequency from heaven that unlocks what was locked. That restores what was stolen. That prepares you for what is next. The timing could not be more critical. There is a door that is about to open. But it requires obedience. You can't go back to the people who drained you. You can't return to the habits that dulled your light. You can't ignore what God is showing you just to stay comfortable. This courier didn't come to bless your comfort zone. It came to crush it. To disrupt it. To tear down the false foundation so you can finally stand on what is real. Your power. Your calling. Your divine truth. And yes, you will lose some people. Yes, the exposure will hurt. But after the pain will come peace. Deep, holy, undeniable peace. Because you'll finally stop pretending. You'll finally stop dimming your light to fit in places that were never meant for you. God is not asking you to be perfect. He's asking you to open. Open your eyes. Open your spirit. Open the door. Because once this courier arrives, you cannot ignore it. If you do, you'll feel it. The spiritual stagnation. The missed moment. The delay. But if you open quickly, if you say yes, if you receive what is being sent, you will never be the same. You've waited for this your entire life. That's why it feels so familiar and so terrifying. But don't run. Don't delay. Don't doubt. This is the divine emergency. This is what the spiritual realm has been building toward. You are the chosen one in your family to break the chain, to shift the curse, to carry the legacy forward in light. And the message you are receiving now, this very moment, is the first page of your new chapter. July 30th is no longer just a date. It is a line in the sand, a spiritual memorial, a timestamp in heaven. Because today is the day heaven declared, deliver the truth. Protect the courier. Send the message. And pray that the chosen one opens quickly. You are that chosen one. God says today is not an ordinary day. The calendar may say July 30th, but heaven calls it the day of divine collision. Something is being sent to your life that cannot be stopped, and Archangel Michael has been sent urgently to deliver this final spiritual alert. He's been trying to reach you, and now he is standing at your threshold, because what is coming cannot be delayed one more second. A secret courier is on its way to your house, and what it brings will change everything. But you must open it quickly. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now. This isn't just a package in the natural. This is a spiritual delivery, a message, a sign, a divine breakthrough sealed in heaven and released on earth. But before it arrives, heaven must prepare your spirit to receive it. That's why Michael has sounded the alarm. That's why you're here reading this. Because something is about to arrive that was blocked for years. Something that should have reached you long ago but was hijacked in the spirit by forces that feared your awakening. And now that delivery is coming back around. It's no longer delayed. It's no longer denied. But you must be ready. You must be awake. You must be fully aligned. Because if you hesitate, you may miss it again, and this time, there might not be another reroute. Archangel Michael is not whispering. He is not speaking softly. He is shouting from the gates of your destiny, open now. The war over your life is not in the future. It is happening right now. And heaven will not allow another demon to intercept what belongs to you. But you must be prepared. This secret courier is not coming with ordinary news. What is inside the delivery will expose every lie. It will reveal every hidden plan. It will unlock blessings buried for decades. And it will shake your spirit so deeply that nothing in your life will remain the same. God says the courier is carrying divine proof, evidence of who you really are, evidence of the promises made over your life, evidence of the spiritual inheritance they tried to hide. Some people in your bloodline tried to shut you out. Some souls around you tried to distract you. But God kept a record. And now the courier is coming with everything they buried. Names. Dates. Contracts. Prophecies. Photographs. Letters from the spiritual realm. This isn't fantasy. This is fulfillment. And Archangel Michael says, don't you dare treat this moment lightly. You've been feeling something lately. An anxiety. A stirring. A deep inner pull, like something is about to happen. That was your spirit detecting the courier's approach. That's why you've been waking up in the middle of the night. That's why strange dreams have returned. That's why certain names keep popping up in your mind. Your soul has been on high alert, but you didn't know why. Now you do. The secret courier from heaven has entered your timeline. And the countdown has begun. This courier doesn't knock with a loud sound. It appears in whispers. It drops clues. It leaves divine impressions. It's not just a knock on your physical door, it's a knock on your spiritual perception. Are you listening? Are you paying attention? Because this delivery is not wrapped in gold or glitter. It may come through a conversation, a random number calling your phone, a message you almost delete, or a person you almost ignore. But hidden inside will be the voice of God saying, "This is it." God says this secret courier is a test. Not because God wants you to fail, but because the reward is too sacred to deliver into unclean hands. You must be spiritually sharp. You must be emotionally awake. You must not be distracted by those who don't carry your mantle. The enemy will try to confuse you in these final moments. He'll try to distract you with drama, chaos, and emotional triggers. But you must be still. You must stay grounded. Because the delivery is scheduled for today. And heaven is moving in ways that the enemy cannot decode. You were marked for this moment before you were born. That's why your life has been under so much pressure. That's why the battles felt heavier than others around you. Because you were the one carrying the lineage shift. You were the one chosen to break the curse. You were the one assigned to receive what no one else could handle. But with that calling came warfare. Spiritual theft. Delays. Rejection. Emotional isolation. But God never forgot. And now the same angels who protected your soul through the storms are the ones guiding this courier directly to your home. Do not be surprised if you begin to feel intense spiritual movement in your environment. That's the courier approaching. That's your angels clearing the path. That's the shaking before the settling. Old energies will rise for one last fight. People from your past may resurface. Some may even try to provoke you emotionally. But you must not react. You must stay focused. You must protect your energy, because the courier is watching how you move. The delivery is spiritual, yes, but your actions now determine how the message unfolds. God says there is a woman who tried to intercept this package. She saw your light years ago. She knew what was coming. And she prayed secretly that your life would stay stuck. She even paid someone to track your energy. But now the angelic guards have seen enough. Her time of sabotage is over. Her illusions are crumbling. And her name is no longer attached to your delay. The courier bypassed her blockages. And the moment you receive the full truth, she will lose all her false authority over you. You must be prepared for this shift, because it will change everything. The secret courier is not just bringing a message. It's bringing correction. There are people who must answer for what they did to your soul. There are contracts being rewritten in the spirit. And some of those names will shock you. You were betrayed more deeply than you know. People pretended to protect you while hiding letters with your name on them. People you trusted made deals with spiritual forces to keep you small. But God intercepted their plan. He collected the torn pages. And now the courier is bringing the uncut version of your story. God says there's a photograph in this courier's possession. A spiritual image of who you truly are. It shows your soul before the trauma. Before the deception. Before the heartbreak. Before they made you question your identity. This image will be returned to you, and when you see it, you will cry. Not because of sadness, but because of recognition. Because you'll finally see the version of you heaven never stopped loving. The version they tried to erase. The version you buried just to survive. And once you see it, you will never again doubt your value. You've been preparing for this day your whole life. Even when you didn't know it. Even when you felt lost. Even when you begged God to end the pain. You were still in training. Every heartbreak made your spirit wiser. Every delay built your discernment. Every betrayal sharpened your instincts. And now those gifts are activating. Because the courier is coming with divine instructions. You'll be asked to move, to release, to say yes even when it feels risky. But every instruction will lead to increase. Every act of obedience will unlock blessings that were once chained. Do not be surprised if you start having visions. Sudden downloads. Spiritual dreams. The courier's energy is already touching your field. You'll feel your body shift. You'll feel a holy restlessness. That's your soul preparing to receive. Stay alert. Fast if you feel led. Pray more often. Cleanse your space. Because the environment you create now will determine how clearly you hear the divine instructions once the courier arrives. God says there's a letter in the courier's hand that contains names. One of them will shock you. Someone you thought hated you has been secretly protecting you. Someone who walked away did so not out of betrayal, but because heaven told them to move so you could grow. This truth will heal a wound you've carried for years. and it will restore a divine connection that is tied to your next elevation. Be ready for that moment. Be humble when it happens. And don't let your ego reject the people heaven is sending back into your life with new hearts. But be careful. Not everyone deserves a second chance. The courier will reveal who's real and who's not. Some people will expose themselves in the days ahead. Their masks will fall. Their intentions will be clear. Do not argue. Do not fight. Simply walk away. The courier doesn't need you to defend yourself. The evidence is already in hand. And divine justice has already begun. God says this secret courier is carrying scrolls of prophecy. Words spoken over your life that were never delivered. Promises that were locked away because of spiritual warfare. But now, with this delivery, those scrolls are being opened. You will begin to remember who you are. You'll feel it. In your dreams. In your tears. In the sudden moments of peace that make no sense. That's the sound of prophecy fulfilling itself. That's the memory of your soul recognizing divine truth. You won't have to force it. You won't have to beg for it. You'll just know. And when that knowing lands, you'll never be the same. Today is not just another date. It is a divine appointment. And the next 24 hours are crucial. Stay in the light. Watch for signs. The courier is near. The truth is coming. The chains are breaking. And Archangel Michael says once more, open quickly. Open your eyes. Open your heart. Open your spirit. Because once the delivery begins, it cannot be stopped. This is your shift. This is your moment. This is your miracle. If you believe in God, type Amen. God says, today, July 30th, it's an emergency. Listen carefully now. Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you since last night. You may have ignored the signs, dismissed the dreams, or simply thought it was coincidence, but nothing happening around you right now is by chance. This is divine design. Something is being shifted in the heavens for you, and the moment is far too urgent to miss. God has dispatched a secret courier, a divine carrier of truth and revelation. This courier is not just physical, it's spiritual. It may arrive in the form of a letter, a message, a person, a sudden unexpected knock, or even a burst of realization that hits your soul so deeply that you tremble. But it is coming. It is on its way to your house, to your very door, and you must be spiritually awake to receive it. Michael, the protector of realms and breaker of spiritual chains, has seen the interference that has been placed on your life. There are forces, silent, unseen, that have tried to delay you. These forces have tried to create fear, confusion, distractions, emotional spirals, even deep loneliness to stop you from noticing the divine signs. But heaven never stops fighting for you. You are chosen, and what belongs to you is coming through the clouds of deception. This courier carries more than just paper or parchment. It carries an answer you've prayed for. It carries the validation your soul has longed for. It carries truth that will expose what someone has been hiding from you. And that truth will not harm you, it will liberate you. It will allow you to break ties with what was only draining your life force, only pretending to care, only feeding off your loyalty. Heaven says, something was supposed to be yours months ago. A blessing, a restoration, an opportunity, or even a certain connection with someone who was meant to walk beside you. But it was delayed. Not because you were forgotten, but because interference was planted near you. Someone's jealousy created a fog. Someone's doubt planted weeds where flowers should have bloomed. But now heaven has cleared the fog. Michael has drawn his sword. This message is the alarm in the spirit. The divine courier that comes now is part of the heavenly assignment to reposition your destiny. Your name has been etched into something sacred, a scroll, a deed, an opportunity, even a calling that goes beyond your imagination. God says, you are not invisible in the spirit. Heaven has been whispering your name into the winds of divine timing, and now the clock of purpose strikes the hour. You may feel overwhelmed lately, your sleep has been disturbed, your mood has been swinging, your heart has been anxious, and your mind has been asking why certain people left or changed. This is not random. This is divine alignment. Everyone who exited was removed by order. Everything that felt delayed is being rushed to you now, faster than you realize. The courier carries confirmation. Michael has cried out in urgency, because there are only a few spiritual windows where you can receive this without interference. If you wait too long or ignore the signs again, the interference will return. That's why this must be opened now. The angelic realm is standing guard around your home. You may have noticed odd noises, unusual lights, flickers, even unexpected dreams or numbers repeating. That's no accident. This is divine contact. God says, the person who tried to hide this from you, what was meant for you, they will be exposed. In fact, they're already feeling a deep trembling in their spirit. They know the secret they buried is rising like a volcano, ready to erupt with the truth they swore would never reach you. They thought time was on their side, but they didn't realize God was watching. You may be thinking of someone right now. Trust that inner tug. That face, that name, that memory, it's your soul telling you the truth is connected to them. You don't need to fight them. You just need to stay open to what God is sending. What you couldn't prove will soon be undeniable. What was whispered behind your back will be shouted from the mountaintops. God is not sending this message lightly. You are part of something bigger. You are not forgotten. The angels have been dispatched. Michael himself has stood at the edge of your life, shielding you from unseen darkness. Even when you were asleep, unaware, tired, broken, he was there. Your home will feel different in the next 48 hours. A spiritual shift. A cleansing. A moment where you feel chills for no reason, or sudden peace out of nowhere. Don't question it. That's heaven. That's the presence of the courier. You will sense it before you see it. You will feel the truth before you touch the evidence. God says, prepare now. Clean the space not just around you, but within you. Forgive who you need to forgive. Release the bitterness that quietly poisons your spirit. Speak blessings over yourself. Stand up and declare that you are ready to receive. Open the door in faith. Open the message with reverence. The answer is coming. You are not late. You are not cursed. You are not abandoned. You are being set apart. There is something miraculous, irreversible, and eternal being written into your story. It involves joy. It involves restoration. It involves the reversal of everything that was stolen. The divine courier will bring evidence. It may be in the form of a document, a photo, a voice message, a number, a stranger's words, or even a dream so vivid you wake up in tears. Do not ignore it. Do not say, maybe later. The timing is now. Michael warns, there is a window, and it is closing quickly. Open this message now. Stay sensitive. There is someone who is watching you, yes, physically and spiritually. But they're watching because your light threatens them. Your truth threatens the lie they have lived in. And your breakthrough will break their hold. God says, rejoice, not fear. What is coming is not to scare you, it is to secure you. Your house is under watch. Your name is on the divine scroll. The courier will not pass you by if you remain open. Angels will walk the halls of your home. Watch for them in small ways. Flickering lights, shifting energy, peace that surpasses understanding. You are safe. You are seen. You are sovereign in the Spirit. Heaven is with you. Do not delay. The moment is divine. The hour is holy. God says, today is not like any other day. Today, July 30th, something is unfolding behind the scenes of your life that is so urgent, so divinely orchestrated, that heaven itself is shaking to deliver this to you. Archangel Michael has been trying again and again to reach your soul, to whisper into your spirit the truths you've been missing, but today, this very moment, God has permitted a sacred breakthrough to touch you. It's an emergency. Not the kind that breaks you. The kind that delivers you. You are not alone. Even now, as you read this, something is already on the way. A divine courier has been dispatched. This is no ordinary messenger. This is a courier of secrets, carrying truth wrapped in light. The heavens have been watching, and the time has finally come to reveal what has been hidden from you. For too long you have been surrounded by uncertainty, confusion, and strange heaviness that would not lift no matter how hard you prayed. But now, God has said, "It's enough. Let the veil be lifted. Let the truth be revealed. Let my child be set free." You have felt this coming. You felt that tug in your heart, that ache in your chest that wouldn't leave. You have questioned everything, haven't you? You asked, "God, what is going on? Why do I feel like something is near?" And today God answers, "It is because something sacred is near." It is not a feeling. It is real. The courier is not symbolic. This secret delivery is part of a divine plan, and you must be prepared to open it. Archangel Michael is not just watching. He is weeping because you haven't opened your eyes fully yet. He has guarded your doorway, your mind, your sleep, your heart. He has seen things that would terrify you, and he stood against them in silence. But no longer. Today, Michael has been given permission to break protocol. To cry out loud. To bang on the doors of heaven if needed, because you are worth that much to God. There is something in your house, already placed, already moving. This delivery that's arriving today isn't only something material. It carries with it a vibration, a divine signature. You'll feel it. Maybe through a knock on the door that feels too perfectly timed. Maybe through a sudden shift in your emotions, like a storm passing and sunlight flooding in. You will know when it happens. But you must not ignore it. This is your moment. This is your emergency awakening. What's coming is a revelation, and God has personally signed off on it. There's something that has been withheld from you, something others tried to keep hidden, even going to great lengths to silence the truth. They thought they could delay God. But heaven laughs at such foolishness. For what is meant to reach you will reach you. What is written in God's plan for you cannot be rewritten by man's hand. Today, the secret is not just coming to your door, it is coming into your life, your memory, your clarity. And it will change everything. Someone you thought was gone from your life has tried to send you a message again and again. But it was intercepted. Blocked. Delayed. People around you didn't want you to know the truth. They didn't want you to know who truly loved you. They didn't want you to know what you're about to inherit. But Archangel Michael has intervened now. Because the time has run out. You may notice signs today, unusual numbers, lights flickering, chills without a breeze, birds gathering unusually, songs playing with lyrics that echo your private thoughts. These are not coincidences. These are the trumpet sounds before the message lands. Stay open. Stay alert. The courier is closer than you think. God says, "You have waited, and you have suffered in silence, but not in vain." The silence was not abandonment. It was preparation. God had to rearrange the heavens for this moment. Certain people had to be removed. Certain lies had to be exposed. And now, in this holy emergency, you are finally about to know why everything happened the way it did. This message will arrive today, but how you respond is up to you. Will you open the door? Will you silence your doubt long enough to feel the truth of what's being placed in your hands? Because what you receive today is not just a message. It is your proof that heaven has been watching. That heaven remembers your name. That the pain you endured was never forgotten, and that you have been marked for restoration. This is why Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you. He sees that your heart is tired. He knows that part of you is afraid to believe again, afraid to hope, afraid to open anything that might trigger another disappointment. But God says, this time is different. This time, it's real. What's coming was delayed, not denied. What's coming will explain everything. What's coming will reverse what was stolen. What's coming will embarrass the ones who mocked your faith. There is a scroll in the courier's possession, a divine letter, invisible to most, but heaven has written your name on it in light. And what's written in it is so sacred, so specific, you will feel seen in a way you never thought possible. You will remember moments you forgot. You will recognize names that echo through your soul. You will finally understand why you were preserved. God says, do not fear. Nothing will go wrong. Even if the world shakes, you will be held. Even if the skies darken, your light will not dim. Even if others turn their backs, Archangel Michael will stand guard at your side.